here we are. Penny has pretty much dragged me non-stop to the elevator, out of the tower, through the school grounds where, of course, I couldn't escape the gaze of a few students. Some pointed, others laughed, others yet seemed almost sympathetic. The structure we're in is towering, and seems to be almost able to accommodate hundreds of people at the same time, if not more. So I see, Penny, but I still understand what we're here for. To verify your combat training, of course. Oh my god, she's serious. Penny, I've never been in a fight in my entire life. That you can remember. That's according to your memories, right? Of course, what else? Oh. I have no memories, so maybe I've just forgotten about it. So another thing about Jin, he's kind of clever. Like, well, actually I'm saying that, I retract that statement. He's sometimes clever. I'll have plenty of dumb moments to come. So there's a chance I could have been trained to fight. Positive. But if I forgot, what good does that do for me? Even if your brain has forgotten, there's a possibility that your body will still remember. That's why the headmaster asked me to accompany you here. Combat training. Combat training. But first. What? So close? She's now got very close to me, keeping her eyes on mine, and connecting our foreheads. Her hands grasp my cheeks, making me flush in embarrassment. For it is in the passing that we achieve immortality. I feel hot all of a sudden, like a blanket of warmth spread from the point where our heads connected to cover the entirety of my body. Through this we become a paragon of virtue and glory to rise above all. Infinite in distance and unbound by death, I release your soul and by my shoulder protect thee. I feel the blanket seep into my flesh, travelling through pathways previously unknown to me, and all the way down to my core, and then... Ta-done! We've got aura! Penny lets me go, and the concentrated warmth in my body explodes, weaving outwards in to my skin. I look at my hands, they're covered in a thin, translucent barrier of dark silver, which appears disappears in a few seconds. Penny, is this? I unlocked your aura using mine. I also recited an ancient oath that went with it, from a time when the process was used as a coming-of-age ritual. As the headmaster said, it will protect you and heal you. You have a finite quantity of it, though, so try not to rely on it too much. Dodging's important, got it. And now we spar. The feeling from when Penny put herself between me and Glinda is back. Although this time it's kind of muted. Is it because she unlocked my aura, or because this is only going to be a spar? Be careful, Jin. I will tell you what I will do, but I will come at you seriously. Are you ready? Not at all, but this may help me remember things about myself. I flex my legs, preparing myself to move. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Combat! Another aspect in this game. It's not too hard. It's pretty simple and straightforward. Most fights are pretty straightforward, but some you may have to put a little bit of thought into and plan what you're doing. So, you know, it's perfectly doable. As much as people like to tell you you're doomed when it comes to big fights and stuff. Oh, you've not got strong enough. Oh, you have to grind more. Yeah, I proved all them wrong. So, yeah, combat's fun. Also, I'm wondering if anything will change by playing through it with different characters and stuff. So. Anyway, how are you feeling, Jin? Nervous, but not as much as I thought I'd be. Is this also because of aura? Most likely. An expert in aura manipulation once described it as being surrounded by a blanket of warm power. I'm now going to give you a brief overview of your options during battle. Pay attention. Ah, right, well, I already know how all this works, so this should be quite easy. But, okay, what you're seeing in the command bar left is your aura box. On the right, your aura box will allow you to keep track of your aura. We have 600 to start with. It is getting low, you should use focus. Your mind will generate further aura. And remember that in a pinch, or if you feel a strong attack coming, you should hypothesize using use of a defense position. I'm gonna be honest, I never used the defense position. I don't think I've ever used really the defense position. It's not really ever been a thing I've gone for. I prefer attack and focus. They're pretty much the things I spam. Or, depending on if your semblance is. But you can't win just by defending yourself and defending and healing. You've got to attack. Most weapons will give you close and ranged option attacks unless you're John Arc. And in the future, you may use a special ability that you may come to learn with your semblance command. Also remember that both weapons and skills may need you to recharge, aka if they're like really powerful. And finally, you can also use items during battle. Yeah, I think I used those around in the first maybe couple of parts of the game. Now I just never did again. Items cost money. Money's got much better uses in this game, like clothes now. Anyway, finally, you will use items. They have a range of effects on both enemy and foe, so don't hesitate to experiment. Da-dun! Did you manage to follow everything? Yes, but it's a bit much all at once, I guess. Most likely, yes. It's an excessive amount of data for you to process. I think practice will help, though. So go on. Penny, aren't you going to defend myself? Not really. What? But why not? Because you can't hurt her? Because you would miss. But I don't want to hurt you. Yeah, Jin, you can. Aw, that's sweet. But don't worry about that. Just go ahead and practice to your heart's content. If you say so. Don't have a ranged attack yet. Close range. Range. I see you're starting to get used to it. Defend. Just attacking pain. You finally got proficient. Don't stop now. Just keep punching Penny then. And yeah, okay. Wish I'd unlocked it. Yes, we don't have a semblance yet. We do actually have dust on us, fun fact. We actually have 3 of each dust crystal. I don't think I'm ever ready to use them. I think that's enough. Thankfully it's over. I'm the one who hit her, but my hand is numb. She's sturdier than she looks. Now that we've done with the warm-up, I will now defend myself and attack back. Okay, Jin? Crap. I patted my hands and knees. Penny put me through an extensive training session. I like how just the Kaduncan darkness as if she just knocked us out. That's all for today then. I don't think she actually did, but like she could have. You did great, Jin. Yay! We survived combat training. Aura's so convenient. My body's already healing all the swords and scrapes I got from training with Penny. I didn't warm up before starting, and yet I feel completely fine. Cramp and pull-wise. The Headmaster's hypothesis was correct. Your body has combat training. That's a big hint. It means I was trained in a combat school, right? Or you were trained as someone's apprentice. Either way, it should help us narrow down where to look for further information. It's a start, and I'll probably survive the test. I raise my head to the sky. It's sundown. We've been here for a while. Well, want to see what the room the headmaster has prepared for us? Wait a moment. What is it? Do you remember something? Yes, I remember that the headmaster said he was going to have a room prepared for us. As in, one. For both of us. So? What do you mean, so? He wants us to stay in the same room. And? My jaw is currently threatening to dislocate. Penny, we're a boy and a girl. Doesn't the thought of sleeping in the same room, bother you? Given she could literally tear us in half? No, not really. Oh! She starts giggling like I cracked the best joke in the world. Hee hee hee, Jane, you're so old-fashioned. Old-fashioned? Teams in dormitories and combat academies like Beacon are all co-ed. Have been for decades. You're telling me that they're allowing young teenagers of different genders to share the same living space? I mean, given they could literally kill each other if one tried to do something to the other, and, they're all expected to mature pretty bloody quickly, but also expected to maybe die pretty quickly. They have a low life expectancy in the hunter business, I'd imagine. Like, live fast and die young. She nods. But also, yeah, they basically need to grow up quickly. So I imagine, like, if they can't even handle the basics of doing that, then how could they be trusted out in the bigger world? Like, you know. Okay. What else can you say to such a normal reaction, really? Let's go look for a room, then. To the dormitory! Or not. The academy's not... Oh! I remember where we are. The academy's not as, not only big, but also beautiful. Modern, but at the same time with an air of elegance to it. Like a castle, I guess Osmond Tower looked down from above helps it giving that feel, helps in giving it that feeling. Which I thought was the reason why Penny is constantly looking around, but with more attentive observation, it's because she's looking for something or someone. Hey Penny, what does your friend look like? Excuse me? I grin. I must have caught her by surprise. The friend you asked Miss Goodwitch about. Ruby, right? If you tell me what she looks like, I can help you look for her. She flushes in embarrassment at being caught, but then gives me a nod. Well, Ruby is shorter than me. She has silver eyes and dark hair with red highlights. Sounds peculiar. What else, huh? Well, she's got a giant scythe, but she'll probably not have that out in the middle of the, you know, the middle of the hallways. Or she might, you can never really tell with her. Someone is approaching Penny from behind. Oh! Does she wear a red hood or something similar? Affirmative. How did you know? Well, guess. And does she have white skin? Indeed. When I first met her, I thought she had some kind of skin condition, but it was really just her natural pigment and some weird lighting. I'm guessing that's a small jab at the original thing, how Ruby looked when the show was of a lower quality and stuff. Debatable. Don't you think that's a little excessive? Well, I suppose she's not that pale. So her clothes have colours that make her white tone that much more accented. Black and red mostly. Yeah, Ruby, if I remember right, in the early show of Ruby did look really pale, didn't she? I could be just misremembering. Maybe that wasn't a jab. Maybe I'm just misremembering something. Cause I seem to recall Ruby be like this show's went through some changes. The tone of some characters and stuff, and you know the really flows and the general look and stuff. Obviously, with animation changing, is it got better as the seasons went on, and it had a massive jump in 4, and that's only improved since then. Anyway, I'm sure she looks just fine, gorgeous even. I think she could benefit from a more variegated outfit. One of her teammates has a great fashion sense. I think she could take some suggestions about... No! I do not need fashion advice from Weiss. And my combat skirt is awesome. Did we mention a combat skirt? No, she's just throwing it in there because she wants to... Ruby? Ruby, I'm so happy to see you again. Happy too, but need air. I know the feeling, Ruby. Thankfully, Penny only continues for a few seconds more before releasing her. Ruby, I'm so happy to see you. Then you didn't go away for the break. Break's almost over anyway. I mean, I had to come back, but more importantly, you. Me? The headmaster asked me to look for you and bring you to your room, and he told me that you're going to be staying at Beacon. That's super duper awesome. Alright. Yes, Headmaster Osmond allowed us to stay here, provided we passed the exam, of course. We? Yeah, just ignore my existence, Ruby. Hi there. Looking like she'd only just now remembered my presence, Ruby turns to me, I grin, and raise my right hand in greeting. My name's Jin DeCabagis. Nice to meet you, Ruby. Why is she looking at me like that? Probably because we're not carrying a weapon. She's scrutinizing me from head to toe, like a statue she needs to chip excess stone off of. That's look at my face. Why is she getting so close? She retreated, but she still looks at me like, you, mister. Penny looked as surprised as me when Ruby suddenly thrusts her right index finger in my direction, stretching her whole arm to point at me. Which, considering I'm 5'10", it's kind of a comical image. Yes? As Penny's first friend in Vale, and leader of Team RWBY, the coolest Almagal, a future huntress is currently beacon. I have to inform you that I find lacking as your future teammate. I find you lacking as our future teammate. Lacking? I mean, I am. You're completely right, RWBY. You're completely right, but you know, why? Because you lack something that I need to see to fully evaluate you. Also, I need to be a bit... I might be a bit curious. I got that. What exactly am I lacking? Your weapon! Okay, I should probably stop doing... It's occurred to me, occasionally I'm going to just throw out what I think the character's going to think. The problem is, I've also played the game, so it's hard to tell part of it's just me and my initial thoughts on what the character would think, or it's just because I already know the answer, it's just in my brain somewhere. Because I knew how this, I know how this scene's going to end, but I couldn't remember there was any extra lines of RWBY talking about us, about other things and that, because it's been so long since I've done this scene. I need to be careful I don't spoil things. Like, pretty much when playing through this game, I would, when scenes would come up, I would just talk about what I thought, the character thought and stuff of it. And sometimes that would literally be then the next several lines of the game. And when I did it then, it was quite funny, because it's like, oh yeah, I'm completely in sync with this character. Now it's like, well, I already know the answer. I might not remember the answer, but it's in that brain somewhere. Oh, this is going to be fun replaying through. You mean like Miss Glinda's Rain Crop? Yes! Or like mine. Done! This art piece also got redone, I'm pretty sure. It all happened... Oh, it happens all in a swift second. And it shocks me much more than Miss Goodrich's light construct, because how could something so small keep something this big? Or keep hidden something this big? Better yet, how could someone as small as RWBY carry around something this heavy? RWBY apparently loves my reaction. I'd imagine so, like... She literally did the same things to John, like, she's like, oh, weapons are cool. I've got this, but, giant size, and it's like, whoa! She's quite proud of Crescent Rose, and rightfully so, she made the thing herself. Anyway, if her grin's any indication, did she make that scene just as a setup to this reveal? More than likely. Her name is Crescent Rose. Ain't she the most beautiful thing in the world? She's a scythe/high-powered sniper rifle with extra mid-range rifle mode. Where did you even get something like this? Her grin widens as she plants the scythe into the ground and leans on it, smelling like a cat who ate the canary. Well, I know this girl. She's kind of awesome, does not need fashion advice, and also happens to know how to build these babies. You built this at your age. Her only answer was to grin harder, if that was even possible. Penny watches on, amused by her friend's antics. Okay, your turn. Show me yours. I don't have a weapon. What do you mean you don't have a weapon? Even John had a weapon when he arrived. RWBY, Jane is... Penny trails off and looks to me as if to ask for my permission. I smile and nod. If Penny's friends with... if she's Penny's friend, then she's also my friend, I decide. If Penny likes her, she can't be a bad person, no? And the headmaster didn't tell me not to tell anyone about my situation anyway. He's what? You see, this morning... Yeah, I mean, how many people are going to believe that story? That's the bigger question. And that's the gist of it. Wow, you sure you didn't drop from the moon or something? Not really. I was just thrown from somewhere. But that's more boring. Someone erased my brain, put me in a fake meteor, and hurled me into the city, and you call that boring? I mean, she decapitated a giant-ass bird for initiation. RWBY leads a very exciting life. I said more boring. It's still very interesting and kind of spooky, but all of the best stories are. Shame you don't have a weapon, though. I didn't have any clothes on me when I arrived, let alone weapon. Don't make it sound like you're running about naked. I mean, no normal clothes. I was in my sleepwear. Much less creepy. To put it lightly. We should probably provide you with a weapon, though. No hunter should be without a weapon, both for survival and coolness factor. There are no hunters who fight barehanded, I guess. Even they tend to wear, like, knuckle dusters and stuff. But, you know, like, fighting against Grimm, arguably hunters aren't going to use their hands, like, even Yang uses gauntlets. But fighting against other people, like, even Crow and stuff is just punch, like, Crow punch Tyrion in the face, like... The cat, like, Crow literally just went, oh, well, weapon's not working. Looks at his fist and just flops it. Like, you do get punching. You could fight barehanded, but obviously it's more efficient to have a weapon. Never completely. My sister is a hand-to-hand combat specialist, but even she has combat gloves. Without a weapon, it's really hard to use dust during fights. Unless you're Weiss. Oh, and the dust is a mineral imbued with the power of the elements. Among other things, you can use it raw, but it's pretty versatile like that. So, weapon or bust. Because no weapon, no dust. Heh, I like her already. Just wait till you meet her sister. Any idea where I can get a weapon, then? It sounds kind of important. I don't think you'll find weapons like RWBY Scythe in an ordinary shop. Damn straight. So how about you build it for him, RWBY? You're perfectly able to build a functional one, if your Scythe is any indication. Well, yeah, but... And I'm certain whenever you'll make will be more advanced and awe-inspiring than any commercially available weapon we may acquire from a shop. Yeah, Penny, it's all nice thinking about that in a literal sense, but you're asking RWBY to give up a lot of her free time, put a lot of effort into something for something she just met. Of course, Penny doesn't think about it. She just thinks, well, the logical answer is, RWBY can build great weapons. Why doesn't RWBY build a weapon? Because at this point, she just considers us all best friends. Because of course she does. Penny is pure. Can't deny that, no. Oh, she's playing her well. The funny bit is, Penny doesn't even have to try playing her. Penny just generally is such a nice person, she will overcompliment people. So what about, I supply you with the materials, and you build it. And you can choose the name. It's going to be the most awesome name. Great. We will need to it by the end of the week then. Thanks, RWBY, you're awesome. By the end of the week? Wait a minute. That's in 3 days. Hook, line, and sinker. I'll get you the materials starting tomorrow. The worst is, Penny may not even be trying. Penny may not actually be trying to manipulate her. She's generally just, Penny's a very straightforward, pure person. I don't think she's necessarily trying to be deceptive. I think she half just thinks, yeah, RWBY can do this, it'll be fine. I like working on a deadline. Sorry, RWBY. I'd very much like to mount an opposition, but you made it very clear that it's kind of vital for me to have a weapon. Sorry, RWBY. And I can do to help or pay you, just ask. As long as it isn't, it's not money. Oh, you can help and repay me. Alright, mister. 3 all-nighters are a lot of cookies. I should look into getting a part-time job or something once I pass this test. What kind of weapon do you even want anyway? What kind of weapon? Yeah. Sword, rifle, dagger. I need a basic shape to work off. Done. Hey, are you okay there? Penny, is he okay? Jin, what's wrong? A whip? A whip? But also a gauntlet. I don't know what. My head feels kind of light. Penny gently grabs on my right arm, scrutinizing me in worry. Are you alright? Maybe you still need some rest. No, I'm fine. I just got lost in thought for an instant. Okay, but just in case we actually do need to make you lay down, I'd better show you to your dorm room already. I agree. Penny, I can walk on my own. I'm fine. You sure? On a scale of 1 to 100, how would you rate your current discomfort? A whip and a gauntlet. Oh, my gods! This is going to be the best weapon ever. After Cresno's, of course. Da-dun-da-dun! Yay! We guys to get RWBY to make us a weapon. Which, okay, so, to throw it there. In my first playthrough, I almost did RWBY's ending for the game, because RWBY has an ending. But then I ended up switching courses to Weiss, because my first playthrough, I wanted to pick someone I wanted, and realistically, I wanted Yang, or Pierre, or Neo, but instead, Weiss was the option. So I went with Weiss. This time around, I probably will try RWBY's, because they do have different endings and scenes and bits depending on who the people are you go and do activities with. So yeah, I probably will try and do RWBY stuff through this playthrough as a thing, just to prep, along with a bunch of other people. I need to see how things go as time goes. But yeah, anyway, well, here's your new pad. How do you like it? It's really nice, RWBY. Are all the team rooms a beacon like this? Are they? I'm pretty sure we've got a kitchen. Kind of, but every team is allowed a certain level of customization. They also expected to take care of any unscheduled cleaning, particularly in the kitchen. Let's just act like the kitchen's normal. Is the kitchen normal? Like, what does RWBY TV show us? I don't know. Understood. Come on, Jin. Let's get you in bed. Penny, I swear I'm fine. I don't need to... Oh, I think you do. Considering the amount of activity and excitement you've had today, you probably need a longer than average period of rest. My grip on my arm doesn't relent. It seems I'm not getting out of this. I sit on the bed, and only then does Penny seem satisfied. Alright then. Alright then. Now you stay here, while I get something to eat, alright? Or I get you something to eat. The mess hall should be open by now, but I'd better accompany you since you're not a student yet. Many thanks, RWBY. We'll be back soon, okay? Take your time. I'm not going anywhere. Not that we'd know where to go. Well then, I'm all alone now. I look around the room, finding it nicely furnished, with 4 single beds. I guess that's the standard team size at Beacon Academy. There's luggage piled at the feet of 2 of the beds. One set of suitcases in white, metallic looking, well, which I guess means it's Penny stuff. It reminds me of the uniform the general guy was wearing. The others are kind of peculiar. The suitcases are made of fabric with an overall dark pink tone, but they're coated in patches of different and more often than not eye-burning colors. I mean, acid green and dark pink. Who does that? Then again, maybe it feels fashion has different parameters than the nothing in my mind. Sigh. I let myself fall back on my bed. Now that I'm alone, my mind has no qualms about filling itself with questions and wonder. Who exactly am I? Is Jane even my real name? Our name is whatever the player decides it's going to be, so no. But, you know, it's the name we're going with because I prefer the name Jin the Cabagist because that's the character I've built up in my head. Anyway, why would someone do this to me? This seems way too elaborate for a personal vendetta. If whoever did this to me had a grudge, just removing all my memories would have been a much worse state to wake up in. Not even knowing how to say help me. Of all the places where to leave me, why Vale City? And why in such a bold way? Wondering about my this right now is useless. I turn to my side and close my eyes. I guess I'll take a little nap before the girls come back. Nap time! Yay! Damn, this bed is comfortable. More comfortable than I thought. I immediately fall asleep. Hard, like a particularly tired brick. It's a long day. He deserves the rest, eh? He deserves the wee sleep. You know, he's had a lot of excitement, crash landing, hiding in a dumpster, getting changed in the middle of an alleyway or a dumpster, I don't know which. Getting picked up by Good Witch, the most of sickness and all of that. Meeting some of those powerful men in the entire world. Then saying, hey, you know this Sunday, which is like... Okay, I don't actually know like if 3 days from now means that's the Sunday. Like, I'm guessing Sunday counts as the end of weekend. I don't know. Well, yeah, I assume Sunday's in 3 days from now. Yeah, then it's like, yeah, in 3 days from now, you're going to have to go and do an initiation test. And then we find out, oh wait, that doesn't involve fighting, but we're not very good at fighting. We know how to fight, apparently. We're not very good at fighting. A lot of stuff going on here. Oh, it feels good back being playing this early part of the game. Oh, I have missed this. Was it even a week? Was I even away for a week not playing this game and I'm just back at the start again? Oh, I'm going to enjoy replaying through this. Also, just want to say a quick thank you to all of the channel members for the extra support, and a special thank you and shout out to our late members, the Jordan members Austin Quinlanberry, Afro Kage, It's Ender Steve PE, Sebastian Ramsey, Blackest Sage, and Leo Lalonde, and our ANBU members Rapids Rug, Eragon, GoldDragon, Nathaniel Prue, and Colton Wood. Thank y'all very much for the extra awesome support. Butter, butter, butter.